Hey y'all, and welcome back to Scripture with Shyla. We are going to read and do a little Bible study on Genesis 12. The titles on 12 is The Call of Abram and Abram and Sarai in Egypt. Yeah, let's go. Genesis 12, The Call of Abram. Now the Lord said to Abram, "Go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you, and I will make of you a great nation. And I will bless you and make your name great, so that you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and him who dishonors you I will curse. And in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed." So Abram went, as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he departed from Haran. And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their possessions that they had gathered, and the people that they had acquired in Haran. And they set out to go to the land of Canaan. When they came to the land of Canaan, Abram passed through the land to the place of Shechem, to the oak of Moreh. At that time the Canaanites were in the land. Then the Lord appeared to Abram and said, "To your offspring I will give this land." So he built there an altar to the Lord who had appeared to him. From there he moved to the hill country on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. And there he built an altar to the Lord and called upon the name of the Lord. And Abram journeyed on, still going toward the Negeb. Abram and Sarai in Egypt. Now there was a famine in the land. So Abram went down to Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was severe in the land. When he was about to enter Egypt, he said to Sarai his wife, "I know that you are a woman beautiful in appearance, and when the Egyptians see you, they will say, 'This is his wife.' Then they will kill me, but they will let you live. Say you are my sister, and that it may go well with me because of you, and that my life may be spared for your sake." When Abram entered Egypt, the Egyptians saw that the woman was very beautiful. And when the princes of Pharaoh saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And for her sake he dealt well with Abram. And he had sheep, oxen, male donkeys, male servants, female donkeys, and camels. But the Lord afflicted Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. So Pharaoh called Abram and said, "What is this you have done to me? Why did you not tell me that she was your wife? Why did you say, 'She is my sister,' so that I took her for my wife? Now then, here is your wife, take her and go." And Pharaoh gave men orders concerning him, and they sent him away with his wife and all that he had. Okay, so I'm going to read through some of the stuff on my study Bible. So it's just saying, through Abram, all the families of the earth will be blessed. This marks an important turning point in Genesis, as it reverses the predominantly negative implications of chapters 3 through 11, which, the world was terrible, so the Lord flooded the earth and kind of started over. So now he's saying, through Abram, all the families of the earth will be blessed, because he started over, and Abram is his lineage will continue on all the way through us, right? And then it says, although Abram is called to be a blessing to others, much depends on how they will treat him. The text speaks of those who bless, which is plural, but of him who dishonors, which is singular. So this emphasizes that many more will be blessed than cursed. This promise that the nations will be blessed through Abraham is later reaffirmed to Isaac and Jacob. Words "in you" says this may simply indicate "by means of you," but more likely this expression designates Abram as the conventional representative for a people. To be in some person is to be a member of the group that person represents. It also mentions the words "so Abram went," and notes that Abram's response to God's call was like an immediate thing, unquestioned. It says, "This is what the Lord said, so Abram went," period. Words "the Lord appeared" in 12:7, it says, "This is the first of a number of times that God shows himself to the patriarchs. Then the altar to the Lord." It notes that altars were common places for worshiping God in the patriarchal period because no central sanctuary existed at that time. A severe famine in Canaan forces Abram to seek refuge in Egypt. Because of the Nile River, Egypt was a more likely place than Canaan to find food during a drought. As is common in biblical stories, the narrator offers no moral evaluation of the participants' actions here. In Genesis 12:11-13, where Abram realized that his wife was beautiful and that he needed his life to be spared, it says Abram devised a plan based on a half-truth, implying that he thinks God is unable to protect him. Yet, when the plot backfires, the Lord still rescues him. This mention of like half-truth is because we will see in Genesis 20:12, he does say, "Besides, she is indeed my sister, the daughter of my father, though not the daughter of my mother, and she became my wife." So technically, Sarai was his half-sister, right? But he did marry her. And so he was trying to kind of say, well, it was sort of true. Like, I didn't 100% lie when I said she was my sister, not my wife. How many times have we done that as humans? For those that may not know, because I thought Pharaoh was someone's name at one point in time. Pharaoh is just the title of the king of Egypt. So there's many different pharaohs throughout the Bible. I thought they were all the same at one point in time, but Pharaoh's just the title of the king of Egypt. They have different names. Was able to own cattle, or I'm sorry, was able to own camels, which basically says that he's wealthy because they were very scarce in that time and place. It mentions the plagues on Pharaoh and his house will be seen again in their exodus from Egypt, when God will punish another Pharaoh for his mistreatment of Abram's descendants. So again, two different kings, but same plagues will happen. Anyways, that's all I got for today. Let me know what you guys got out of it in the comments, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a blessed one.